welcome back to New Hope Tarot. We're doing the reading of What Are You Neglecting? Pick a pile. This is the reading for pile 1. All right, so for pile 1, we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the Iolite crystal. And right off the bat, the 7 of Wands is confrontation. So I'm wondering if you are avoiding confrontation. And the Iolite actually is a stone that it's a compass to your inner knowing. So it helps you navigate your path to your self-discovery, your inner self. All right, let's take a look at the cards here. We have Play, and these are the oracle cards. And I was only taking out one oracle card from 2 decks, but you got a little extra. So we have Play, and we have Weaver. All right. So if you are avoiding confrontation, I'm wondering if you need to kind of get out there and play a little bit. Let's see what the rest of the cards say here. We have Bliss and Depth. All right, before we get into the tarot cards, the Dolphins, which is Play, is a card of community and enjoyment, just having fun. And then the Weaver is really about creating, right? So maybe you need to create a little bit more fun and get out of that confrontation, or maybe you are having a little bit too much fun and not paying attention to the confrontation that maybe you are avoiding. We'll see what the tarot has to say. With the Bliss card and the Depth card, the Bliss card says, may you feel deeply and transcend. The Depth card says, may you immerse and go deeper. So funny enough, both of these cards say the word deep, which tells me that you aren't paying attention to your inner self. You're not going within, or at least you're not paying attention to your higher self. You really are just kind of ignoring it. Maybe you are just too material focused. And I don't mean that in a bad way. What I mean by that is maybe you're just too focused on work. Maybe you're just too focused on responsibility is what I mean by that you're not really paying attention to your inner self. That's what I mean by that. But as I mentioned, we'll get more with what the tarot has to say. Let's see what you're neglecting. The High Priestess, your intuition. Well, yep, that sounds right. And you got a second card, which was the Fool in reverse. So what this tells me is that you absolutely have a sense of knowing, but you're absolutely neglecting it. And the way to improve upon that is to go get creative, go play, right? Go create something. And also go deeper, meditate, spend time with yourself. That also helps getting in touch with your higher self. And the Fool in reverse is, I feel like, I apologize for that. I feel like you are not paying attention to details, just kind of avoiding things that are very, very obvious, and you're just not paying attention to what your body is saying, okay? Because I feel like your body is absolutely telling you something. Let's go to the next set of cards here. What do you need to focus on? You received the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. I feel, as I'm looking at this image, it's a caterpillar with 10 swords stuck on its back. And what I'm getting out of this is that you're carrying a lot more burdens than what you need to. And I feel like they are burdens that you've placed on yourself, really, because truly one sword is enough to kill. So why the extra 9? It doesn't make a lot of sense. So I feel like this caterpillar is you, and you have placed a lot of emotional and mental strain on yourself that is really unnecessary. And I'm not saying that you did this on purpose. Absolutely not. What I'm saying is that this is probably something that you just took upon yourself for whatever reason. I just feel like it was more of a subconscious thing here for you. Yeah, I get the sense that you need to stop overdoing it, and you need to take the time. You know how the caterpillars eventually go into a cocoon and they kind of recoup for a little bit, and then not a cocoon, what is that called? A chrysalis, that's the word. When they go into the chrysalis and they finally eventually emerge as the butterfly, that's what you need to focus on, is taking some time out in order to liberate yourself from whatever emotional or mental struggles you're going through, strifes you're going through, whatever that looks like, so that you're able to transform into your next phase, so that you're able to create balance within your life. So let's take a look at what you need to do to create balance in your life. We have the Lovers. We have the Three of Wands, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So in order to create balance, what I'm getting here is that you need to start trusting yourself, your higher self, right? Which is what you're neglecting. Your intuition, your self-knowing. I mean, yes, it's your intuition. There's another word for it, and I can't think of it right now. But I feel like that this is what this is really saying. And also, the other thing that I'm getting from this Lovers card is choose you. Right now is a really good time to choose yourself. The Three of Wands is giving me a sense of go create. It's giving me a very similar sense to this Play card and this Weaver card that we got in the very beginning, in combination. Go create, go have fun. Do something that is going to get you out of this mindset that you're currently in, this strain that you're currently in, this mind. I just feel like you've been so strenuous, like everything has been so strenuous on you, and you have carried a certain amount of burdens on you that are absolutely unnecessary. So go create something, go do something fun, go to one of those, let me rephrase myself. So you don't have to do anything I'm telling you to do. You go do whatever it is you want, but this is what the cards are saying. So we read the cards, we give advice, you do whatever it is you want with that information. And remember, we're not psychotherapists here. You know, we just read the cards. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is kind of like the bringer of news, right? Typically good news. But I feel like what this is saying, it's like an invitation to go enjoy a new way of seeing life. Once you've come out of this caterpillar phase, it is time for you to, in order to seek balance, it is time for you to enter a new phase of life and begin every day and approach every day as if it were a new opportunity to grow and learn and become more wealthy. And when I mean wealthy, I don't always mean financially. I mean intellectually, gain knowledge, just expand yourself, right? Go deeper, but also expand yourself. And when I say expand, yes, you can expand by going deeper within yourself, but you can also expand by going out into the world and trying new things and learning new things, which is what's going to give you an overall abundance and not only going to give you a sense of balance, because you'll be able to create that balance between work and play. Because if you're working hard, then you should absolutely play hard, right? That's what I'm seeing here. And this can also resonate if you're in a relationship, if you're in a relationship and you don't want to confront your partner over some of the issues, well, try to create a new way of doing things. Try to go out and play. Go have a date, not just a date like where you go to a movie or have dinner, but something that's a little bit different. Try, axe throwing or painting in wine or archery or what are those, rock climbing, but there's those skylining things that you can, like, you belt yourself in and you kind of work your way around it. I don't know what that's called, but for some reason, that's what's coming up in my mind. I don't know why, but that's what's coming up in my mind. And deepen the relationship. All right. And the more you deepen your relationship, the more you deepen your trust within one another. Okay. And if you deepen your trust within within one another, you're going to be deepening your trust within yourself, because you'll know, right? And with the Fools here, with it being upside down, as far as in a relationship it's concerned, is pay attention to your partner. and make sure that they are paying attention to you as well. You know, notice little things about them. You know, their quirks, their, you know, what made you fall in love with them to begin with? Is it still the same? Has it changed? You know, has it gotten better? Has it gotten worse? What does that look like? Because overall, what's really going to liberate you with this Ten of Wands is knowing the truth. Knowing the truth about how you are really feeling, so that you know what steps to take moving forward, so that you're able to balance yourself better in the decision that you have to make, right? Which holds true with this Lover's card. You have to trust yourself, and you have to trust your intuition, and then choose after, you know, playing and creating and going deeper within yourselves and within the relationship, you know, as a couple, as a relationship. After doing all of that, then you have to choose, okay, is this still the partner that I want in my life, right? Because if it is, then the Three of Wands is going to give you, you know, great, it is. That's wonderful. Now, how are you going to create new ways to spark this relationship? What are the different things you're going to do within this relationship? Not just you, your partner as well. What are the things you are going to do together to keep that spark going, right? And then try to, and then learning how to do that on a daily basis, and enjoy every phase of your life and every phase of your relationship. Now, if you choose not to be in this relationship, and you've tried, you know, the playing and the creating and trying to go deeper, yada, 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 and you still feel the burden, and you feel like this is a relationship that is not going to take you any further, then in which case, I would say, go create the spark within yourself. What is it that you like about yourself? What is it that you want to go do if you're no longer in this relationship? What kind of person are you? What kind of things gives you that sense of eagerness, that sense of, yes, I want to go do this kind of a thing? You know, what sparks you, right? And then once you find out what sparks you, then you're going to go into the Page of Pentacles, and you're going to start enjoying every day as if it were a new day without this person. And so, you know, this is a new opportunity to learn something new. This is a new opportunity to cut the thread. This is a new opportunity to expand my horizons, so on and so forth. That, my dear pal number one, was your reading. That was actually a really good reading for you guys. Kudos. I'm sure that you are all going to find your balance. I really do. Just do a little bit of meditation. Pay attention to your higher self. Go deeper. Love yourselves. Take your time outs. All right, my dear ones. You have yourself an amazing rest of your day. Until we meet again. Bye. Hello, pal number two. You have chosen the Four of Swords and the Kambaba Jasper. Let's take a look at your cards here. So with the Four of Swords, some of you might be really reassessing the past, or maybe just deep thinking about the past in general, but we'll see what the cards say here. You have the Underworld, and you have Wild. All All right. So the underworld is an invitation to go within yourself, maybe kind of acknowledge where you are, allow things to fall away that no longer serve you. So in reference to this Four of Swords, if you are sitting back and feeling this way, and you are reassessing your past, I feel like this underworld card is kind of letting you know, let things go that no longer serve you. But it's also talking about like kind of doing it in a slow, methodical way, because the underworld is truly kind of like a transformation, but it doesn't transform, it's not like it's not magic. You have to let things die within yourself in order for you to be reborn anew. So that's the energy with the underworld. With wild, it says, may you express all that you are. With this particular card, I feel like you have to recognize the rawness of it all, but still find the freedom within it. Because I feel with this Four of Swords, you're still feeling very emotionally raw over whatever happened in the past. And you have to kind of, like with this underworld, cast restraints to the side. Because in the ocean, this is an image of the ocean. There is no restraints in the ocean. It's all over. So what this is saying is cast restraints to the side. Like there's no restraints here. Just go be. Allow the rawness to happen, because it did happen. However, recognize it, but release it. Release it. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. We have the Queen of Swords, and this is what you're neglecting. So with this Queen of Swords, she's strategical, she is very logical, but when she experiences things, and I'm saying she because it's the queen, but ignore the male-female genders. Just go with the energy, okay? Because this isn't a male or female that we're talking about. This is what you're neglecting. So this is a thing, not necessarily a person. But what this is talking about is you're neglecting a logical way of thinking, and you have not learned from your experiences, and maybe you've become a little too hardened by them, which is why the oracle cards Underworld and Wild are coming up, because this is telling you, like I said, the Underworld is telling you, go within, acknowledge where you are, acknowledge the things that have happened, right? But at the same time, let it fall away. That's no different than this Wild card, recognizing the hurt of the rawness of the hurt that you're still feeling, but you still have to find the freedom, and you have to, so all of this is telling you the exact same thing. It's just telling you the same thing in a different way. And I think Spirit is doing this so that it has to fall differently on different ears. Not everybody captures the same information by a certain way. So that is what you're neglecting for you specifically, pile number 2. Just not necessarily seeing clearly, not thinking logically, being too hurt over what has hurt you, and maybe become too hardened over that. What to focus on? We have, funny enough, the 4 of Swords. So this is actually asking you, again, just go and seek some solace. Find some introspection in the situation. In this particular card, there is one sword that's in use, and then the others are kind of placed away. All right, kind of like just in case they're stored away. And what this is kind of saying is restore your energies and only use what's needed for what's at hand at the moment, and don't use any more. Because if you are trying to recoup from a past situation, sometimes people can't just get away just to get away, right? Not all of us have that availability to us. So if you are able to get away and find that introspection and kind of go within, so that you're able to revitalize your soul and reassess the past and possibly how you're going to move forward, that's fantastic if you're able to do that. If you cannot, then what this is saying is take some time, a little bit of time, whether that's at night, in the morning, a weekend, whatever that looks like for you, or go for a walk, and take that time to look inward, find some introspection within yourself, and only use throughout that time the one sword that's available to you. In other words, only use the amount of energy that is needed at this moment of introspection. Do not use the other 3 swords, the other bit of energy, because you're trying to recoup that, right? You're trying to, so let's say you are a battery, right? And you, one of those rechargeable batteries. Well, if you recharge the battery, right, and you put it in there, but you only charge it a little bit, and you go to use it again, well, and you put it in your remote, let's say, well, that's not going to do very much, right? It's not going to last very long. So what this is asking is really just plug in that battery for a long set of time, so that you're able to use it as much as, so you're able to revitalize your energies to the fullest of its extent, and get up and just use your hand as a remote for the time being. Pretend like it's 1985 and go and just change the channel by hand, because this is really screaming for you to revitalize your energies, revitalize your way of thinking. Come back to yourself is what this is asking. And then the way you find balance is the 6 of Cups in reverse. The 6 of Cups regularly is harmony, right? Balance. So obviously right now that's what we are seeking, but you're not in balance. So in order to find balance, you kind of have to because this 6 of Cups card is, the cups are all in reverse. It's like dumping it all out, right? So it's like dump out all the bitter memories, right? Release all of those bitter memories, and or release whatever fantasy you thought were supposed to come true but did not come. to realization, right? Sometimes we have to, in order to fill our cups again, we have to dump it all out in order to fill it up, right? So if that cup is filled with spoiled milk, you don't want to be drinking that spoiled milk. You want to dump it out and fill it in with something refreshing and good, right? That's what this is stating for you, my deal. Oh my goodness gracious, my dear pile number 2. All right. Let me see if I'm getting anything else here. Yeah, this is going to be true for whether it's a relationship or work or whatever it is in your life. That the reading holds true. I'm just trying to see if there is an additional thread, but no, that's the full reading here for you, pile number 2. And by the way, the Kambaba Jasper is it's a stone that it's a heart healing stone, actually. It's encouraging you. Well, it encourages us to regain emotional balance and let go of past trauma. So there's that. And the bright green color of this particular stone is it's green, so it's the heart. It focuses on the heart chakra, but also on the root chakra, which if you're having a lot of emotional, this is a very good stone to purchase it, to allow you to get out of where you're at. I don't sell stones, but if you do have a crystal shop that's near you, I would go and feel it out. I would not buy a stone on Amazon or anywhere online, only because you want to make sure that you get your own energies on the stone and get a feel for the stone. Okay, so this is a really good stone for that. So go to your local crystal shop. But this stone can this stone can also help with the healing of your heart wounds and help center you with the because it also helps the root chakra as well. The Kambaba Jasper also is called the crocodile Jasper. I believe there is another name for it, but I don't remember what it is at this moment. And I don't. I can't think of anything else that is. It's a really great grounding stone, and it's also really great for balance and focus, which I feel a lot of you need right now. So please go find yourself a stone like this. I think this would really, really help you. I would, if you are working or whatever and you want to place one of these on your desktop, I would find a bigger one. But if you can't place one in in your work area or whatever that looks like, find a smaller one that you're able to carry with you, either in your pocket or in your purse or somewhere near you. All right, I feel like that would really, really help you tremendously. All right, my lovely pile number 2, until we meet again. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You have chosen the 5 of Swords with the Ametrine stone. Let's take a look at your cards. First, we'll do the oracle cards, and then we'll go ahead and do the tarot. You have Transmute, the Seeker, and Space. So before we get into the tarot cards, let's, so I feel that some of you, well, you, my pile number 3, are going through, I don't know, an argument. Maybe you're going through like someone talking trash about you, or someone's embarrassing you, or I don't know. I feel like someone is being, like they're not manhandling you, but kind of like abusing you, like in a mental way is what I'm getting. I mean, maybe for some of you physical, but what I'm getting is an emotional, like it's like they're pulling on your strings, like their puppet is what I'm getting. I feel like a lot of you are dealing with a narcissist is what I'm getting here. With this 5 of Swords card. It's like, I don't even like this. It's like you can't really even speak up. Like even if you try, it's like you're spoken over. And it's like your words don't matter. It doesn't, regardless of whether you attempt to speak up, what is being said by you is overlooked consistently. Now, this could be at work, this could be in a romantic relationship. I do not know that, but either way, that's the sense that I'm getting right now. With this transmute card, this card is this card screams that we have the ability to take on a heavy energy or a situation and turn it into something lighter. We have that ability. And sometimes it's not necessarily about doing something physical, but sometimes it's about working within ourselves and transmuting ourselves from the inside out. And I feel like a lot of you have to do inner work in order to get out of the situation that you're in order to become strong enough to walk away. Because I feel like a lot of you don't even recognize yourselves anymore. Yeah. On this transmute card, there's a scarab. And the scarab lies their eggs in poo. I can say that, right? I can say that on YouTube. Yeah. It lies their egg in poo, and later that the eggs hatch after it's soaked in water, right? So why that's important is because you can still be reborn even after being rolled in poo, right? There is still more life to be had after the crap that happens to us, okay? Regardless of how long we're in it, all right? You are able to get out of it. Sometimes you just need to dissolve all that hardness around you, okay? With the Seeker, with the Seeker, she's not, the hands aren't shackled. However, it kind of looks like she's shackled. And what really this is stating is reclaim yourself, who you are at the core. And when I'm looking at the card, she's holding on, she's releasing teeth. and not just teeth, but like the root of the tooth as well. And teeth symbolize strength and control. Oh, not strength, sorry, control. And what this is stating is that she's releasing control, or the person. Forget about she or he or whatever. Forget about that. This is just energy. They are releasing their control to the universe. And they're stating, please help me. I can't do this on my own. Is the imagery that I'm getting. That's what I'm seeing. But the seeker itself is truly about reclaiming yourself, who you are at the core. If you are constantly moving from one thing to another, or a project to another, or something to that effect, or constantly seeking something to distract you, you may be searching for a way not to focus on what's really going on. And because your subconscious knows, but your brain has not caught up to it yet. And that's not a dig, by no means. Anybody who has dealt with this type of person understands that sometimes we get misaligned with who we really are. And it's like we're on a track, then all of a sudden we've been derailed, and we don't even know that we've been derailed, right? So don't worry, that I'm not. It's not a dig, I promise you. And then with the third oracle card, it's space. May your heart and your scope expand. What this is stating to me is that you have to move without restrictions. You have to, like, moving without restrictions, claiming your heart and your mind, and freeing yourself, right? Because space is, freeing. You have space to move around. And right now, I feel like you don't have that. I want to say that the illusion that you have that is there. The illusion of having that freedom or that love or that balance is there, but it truly is not there. All right, that is it for your oracle cards. Let's look at your tarot cards. What are you neglecting? The strength card came out, and this is telling me that you lack strength, or you don't see how to use your strength or how to even find your strength, because again, you're so misaligned with your inner self and your past self, who you used to be, and who you want to become. The second card is what to focus on. We have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is about movement, right? Which is what we discussed here with space and kind of releasing, right? But with this 8 of Wands, what I'm getting is that so the 8 of Wands is not just about movement, it's also about growth, in the right direction, right? So growth, moving forward, and it's moving, it's growing within with divine guidance. So much like this transmute going within yourself and the seeker reclaiming yourself, who you are at the core, and space, claiming your heart and mind. This is that much more confirming that with divine guidance, you have to grow, but you have to align yourself by meditating, seeking counsel to, whether that is spiritual counsel or a therapist or whatever that looks like for you. But you need to reconnect with who you are, the true you, not who others gossip about, like they say you are, but that's not who you really are, or whatever that looks like. You have to reconnect with who you truly, truly are. And the lavender in this card, lavender represents the wands are sticks of lavender, and I believe amethyst, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look that up to see if that's an amethyst, which is funny enough. That's what Ametrine is. It's amethyst and citrine combined. It's the union of the two. So that's, I believe. I'll double check to see if that's what it is on the tarot, but they look like it. But anyways, lavender resembles joy, love, purification, and protection, right? And all of the things that you're trying to get back in balance with. I'm going to double check here in the book. Allow me one moment. I just want to make sure that that's what that is. It is. No, it actually doesn't even say what crystal it is. Hold on. It's an amethyst. Yeah, it is. It's an amethyst. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't giving you bad information. So funny enough that's what comes out. And that's the stone that we have. It's the Ametrine, which is, again, the amethyst combined with the citrine. And then the last card is the Queen of Swords in reverse. And what this is stating, and this is what do you need to do to create your balance? What this is stating is you have to find a way to be flexible and allow those who are talking junk about you or are trying to mind handle you, whatever that looks like, allow them to just do whatever it is they're doing and go your own path. And I know that that's very difficult to do. But allow others to behave the way they do, okay? But that doesn't mean that you have to put up with it, okay? I'm not saying fight. I'm not saying argue. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is just walk away and let them seal their own karma, all right? It's going to come to them. Work on yourself, because the more if you do decide that you want to lash out because you think that that's the strength, that isn't strength. That's just, a dog in the corner, lashing out. And then you're just going to prove to them, you see, this is what they do, that they're not right. And it gives them further confirmation that is your behavior, right? You want to step away from that. Allow them to be who they are. Be flexible in your thinking and in your way of being. And you're going to find ways by observing, because the Queen of Swords is a very cunning queen. So be mindful and observe their actions, because believe me when I tell you, you're going to be able to recognize what they're going to do before they do it, and you're already going to be prepared for the way they behave, that it's not going to affect you anymore. You're going to find humor in it because you're going to go, my intuition is getting better. And you're going to laugh about it or chuckle to yourself on the inside and walk away, because you're going to recognize that they are actually the weaker beings, not you. And the more you start doing that and being flexible in the way you see things and the way you behave, and recognize that, and transmute the negative into a positive, or maybe not positive, but a negative into something even lighter. Eventually you'll get to negative to positive, but it takes a lot of space. The more you do that, the more you're going to free yourself, because you're going to gain the sense of freedom within yourself and the sense of strength within yourself, that you're going to be able to break free and walk away from whatever situation is making you feel this way. This doesn't necessarily have to be work or relationship. It could just be friends or family, right? But you're gonna find the strength within yourself to say, you know what? These are my boundaries, and you're gonna have to respect them. And you're gonna say it in a very loving way. And you're going to walk away, and people are going to sit there and scratch their heads, and they're going to go, oh, well, what? Where did pile number 3 get their strength from? And it's going to be slowly built up the more you work on yourself inside out. All right, my dear pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope this did resonate. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment if it did. I truly appreciate it. Until we meet again, bye.